Okay, today I'm going to make macaroni and cheese with chorizo sausage. I'm going to start cutting up the chorizo into little teeny squares. Then we'll saute that off with some onion. And maybe a bay leaf. So, I've got my pot, teeny bit of butter, probably about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm gonna put the chorizo in there, saute that while I'm dicing the onion, render out some of the beautiful fat that's in there and all that good flavor. Both ends of the onion come off. I'm gonna use about half of it. Take away the core, cut the onion nice and small, once over and down. And you know what, let's just set that aside, we can put that into something else later. Okay, so you can see it's nice, a little bit caramelized. Now we're going to add the onion. There's a bay leaf in there and about 4 sprigs of fresh thyme. And we're going to continue to cook that until the onion is cooked. Don't forget to add a little bit of salt and some black pepper. So I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of white all-purpose flour to form the roux, which is what's going to help to keep our sauce nice and thick and creamy. So that's going to go back onto the heat, and then I'm going to go over to my milk. I'm using homogenized. You can use 2%, you can use 10%, whatever you want. Cold to hot, not hot and hot, not cold and cold, cold to hot so you don't get lumps. Cook it out. As it thickens up, add a little bit more. You're only going to need to use maybe 2 cups. And see how it's getting thick. Now we'll add some more. As it cooks out, we'll slowly turn down the heat. You don't want it to boil, you don't want to scald it. You just want to cook out your roux. Okay, so it's pretty much cooked out. I'm running along the side so it doesn't get kind of dry and icky. So now I'm going to taste it. Make sure the seasoning's there. Just for the pepper, really. And to make sure that the starch is cooked out. You'll notice it's cooked out by the feel of it on your tongue. It'll be kind of pasty and dry almost. That's good there. Pepper's good. You don't want to add too much salt because cheese has a fair amount of salt in it. Now we're going to turn it right down. and stir in the cheese. A little bit at a time. And if you wanted to, you could add mushrooms to this. Just saute it off with the onions or bell peppers, or if you didn't want to use chorizo, you could use chicken, or you could use pork, or ground beef works really well, or whatever. Chorizo's definitely not a necessity. I just like chorizo. So you can see it's getting a little bit thick. Thicker than it was. That's the cheese. Thickening up your sauce. We'll add the last bit of cheese. And we'll give it another taste. I think I could use a little bit more cheese actually. Okay, always salt your pasta water. You don't want boring unsalted pasta. I am using Scooby-Doo noodles because I like the texture. If you want, you can use penne, rotini, elbow macaroni, fusilli, tortellini, really anything. You can even use string pasta if you want. We'll just cook that according to the directions on the bag.